All right, so what is the fastest way you can improve at backpacking and hiking? It is going out on short overnight trips, also known as sub 24-hour trips, because you can leave your house after work per se at say 4 or 5 o'clock. You can hike a few miles into a campsite, and then you can be back the next day before noon. I think the more experience you can gather before your big trip, before your thru hike, the better off you're gonna be. You know, it's only gonna allow you to hike in a more safe manner. So here's my best advice. All right, so the first thing you're gonna need to do is find a trail nearby. Find a trail near where you live. The trail near you doesn't have to be long. I'd say the only real stipulation is you should be able to camp on it, because the camping is something that's going to give you a lot of benefit. But you could have a trail that is only 10 miles or 15 miles or 20 to 30 miles, and that's great. Now, if you have a trail that's shorter, like say only 5 miles, where you can kind of camp somewhere in the middle there, then that works too. You can definitely gain a lot from that. So truly anything will do, but the closer, the better, because then you'll go and you'll do this more frequently. Of course, the easier it is to do, then the more you're going to want to do it. Now, when you do go on these overnight trips, always take note of your gear. Is there anything that you didn't use from the last trip? Are there things that you loved from the last trip? What might you want to change next time? Is there anything that you wish was lighter weight, but that you otherwise enjoy the function? And of course, when I mean your gear, I mean literally everything. Every little piece. Analyze it. You know, do you like it? Do you not like it? Do you wish it was lighter? So I think you should get out, and you should always pay close attention to your gear, take notes, come home, do research, and make changes for the better. It's going to make your life more comfortable. In many cases, it could make your life more safe out on trail. You're probably just going to be happier having done this, because now you're going to be happier with the gear that you carry. So since you are so close to home, I'm going to say take advantage of bad weather. If it's going to rain, take advantage of it and go do one of these trips. It's going to be a lot easier to learn how to set up your tent in the rain, or how to properly use your rain jacket, how to keep yourself dry and happy in the rain, when you're close to home and you can just bail out at any time. Whereas during a thru hike, it's not a great time to be learning such things. You know, it can actually be an incredibly dangerous place to be learning these things. Whereas just a few miles from home, it's not such a big deal. Rain, of course, is a great example, but also, like right now, today was a pretty hot day. So that's given me an opportunity to learn how to hydrate and get my electrolytes in while I'm out in this heat. It's also giving me an opportunity to make sure that I'm eating enough, and what the heat does to affect my hunger. You know, same goes for the cold. If you live in a colder place than maybe I do often, you can check out how your insulating layers are going to work, how your quilt is going to work, and how you're going to feel in those harsher temperatures. So you can use this bad weather to your advantage, and especially you can use to your advantage that you are so close to home, and you can always quit and go back home to reevaluate and make changes. Now, for those of you who do have a slightly longer trail nearby, try pushing yourself. Let's say you're comfortable hiking 10 miles in a day. Next time you go out, try and do 15 miles. If you're comfortable with more than that, bump it up. I remember the first time I tried a 20-mile day, and was it fun? Looking back, it was fun, but in the moment, not really. And I remember the first time I tried a 30-mile day. Almost broke me. But again, I was close enough to home where it was also a fantastic learning experience, because by pushing myself past my limits at that time, I got blisters. I was in pain. My feet, my muscles, I was sore, I was tired, I wasn't eating enough, I wasn't drinking enough. All of that was a sign that I need to learn how to take care of my feet better. I need to learn how to hydrate better, so I've got my electrolytes here. I I need to learn how to fuel better and eat more frequently. After that the first time I tried a 30-mile day, I changed shoes. I learned how to deal with blisters. So pushing yourself near home is gonna teach you so much. And it's gonna be so much more valuable near home. Whereas if you're out far on some thru hike, way away from home and way away from help, it can be a lot worse. Certainly don't actually hurt yourself or actually get yourself in trouble. But again, that's why I'm recommending doing this somewhere close near home so that you're not far away from home and finding yourself in some serious trouble. So when you're going on these little trips, I also recommend trying out different foods. So this is a great opportunity to come out every time with all sorts of different snacks and to really find what you like. Find what is working for you, what's making you feel good, and also what don't you like? What are you not going to want to buy again? So similarly, don't just try out different foods, but also try out different calorie amounts for different mileages. Let's say you're hiking 10 miles in a day. Try and take note of how much food you're actually intaking to make yourself feel good and feel energized for those 10 miles. Is 2,000 calories enough? Maybe, but maybe not. Maybe you're gonna feel really down and lethargic and unhappy only eating 2,000 calories while doing a 10 or 15 mile day. So maybe you should bump it up to 3,000. So similarly, I mentioned that today is very hot out where I am. Something that I am personally taking note of is how much water am I drinking for 10 miles, 15 miles, 20 miles. So these are really fantastic things to play around with. The food is definitely beneficial, but the water could honestly be life-saving when it comes to other hiking trails. Now, my final great benefit to doing these short little hikes is your physical fitness. That it's great if you go to the gym, it's great if you run, it's great if you play tennis or disc golf, or just that it's great if you're getting outside or anything that's active, because it's all gonna help you when you set off on your thru hike later. By out here walking on trails instead of sidewalks or treadmills or asphalt or wherever else you're walking, this ground, even right here, it's undulating. It's curving, it's up and down. There's sometimes little divots, or maybe an animal has rooted up a spot, so there's potholes and tufts of grass are in the way, and sometimes you got to step on those. That's very hard to simulate in a gym or just in your normal city life or something. So getting out on trail and walking on all this really uneven ground is going to work muscles and joints and all sorts of stuff in your legs that otherwise may not getting really worked. Still, going to the gym and focusing on specific muscles and joints, that is great as well. I guess as a final little piece here, final little piece of advice is have fun with these trips. This doesn't have to be a death march every single time. So I'm learning, but I'm also having fun while I'm out camping. So that is all I got for you today. Thank you so much for watching. This is what I truly believe is the best way, the fastest way to improve at backpacking. To go out on a trail near home, hike, camp, and come home within less than 24 hours. Come home, do research, and change things. Every single time, trying different things and finding what works best for you, because everyone is going to be different. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Actually, while I'm out on this hike, my YouTube channel just crossed 50,000 subscribers. 50,000 subscribers. That is mind-blowing to me. And I just wanted to thank you guys so much for watching these videos, for giving me the thumbs up, for subscribing to this channel, for all of the thoughtful comments I've gotten over the years. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope this has been helpful to you. Thank you to the 50,000 people that have subscribed to this channel. Thank you so much. I'm definitely not stopping my hiking anytime soon. If anything, I'm trying to ramp it up. So
I'll catch you guys in the next video.